Hey, what you do in my kitchen? Just kidding. Hey, what's up? Terrence McDonald here for a little Sparrow UAV and search hand. And today, we're gonna be in my kitchen making some bread.
Flour, yeast, salt, sugar, water, flour.
All right, so I made the dumbest mistake ever of making videos, and no offense to myself, because I'm still an amateur. So I wouldn't put the dang camera on a time lapse. Instead of video record. And so I've been talking to nothing for the last 20 minutes and just prepping. So I'm just gonna, instead of doing everything all over, I'm just gonna tell you what I did real quick. Okay, so to this mixer, god dang it. To this mixer I added 6 cups of all-purpose flour. And then I added 2 1/3 cups of ghee inside there, whatever that is. And I added 2 teaspoons of salt. For the yeast, this is 2 tablespoons in about a 1/4 cup of water with 2 teaspoons of sugar. And we already put that there about, 10 minutes ago to let it activate. And that's where we're at. And this water is 3 cups of water. And that's gonna go into the dough, or to the mixer. But yeah, that's where we're at. Man, I feel so sheepish on that one. Life is life, and we continue on. So here we are. Lock this, and I'm gonna mix it up. Now that's all mixed, I'm gonna lift this, and then we're gonna add our water. Well, you know what, we should add yeast. I'm gonna add my yeast. I'm gonna add a little water in there just to clean it up. It's okay, we can make a mess here, we're allowed to. All right, put that in there. And I just pour this all in there. Put it down. Let it mix on the first speed. Don't make it go fast. You're gonna make a mess. So we'll let that mix for now, and we'll come back when it's all ready to go, and I'll show you what kind of consistency it needs to be. So sometimes you might have to shut the machine off, get your hand in there. Of course, wash your hands, you guys, and then kind of give it a little bit of help getting that bottom flour. It's too dry, you just add a little bit more water. It's too wet, you add a little flour. Seems to be consistent right now. We'll just wait a little bit longer and let it mix. All right, we'll have a little look at it here. It's getting there. It's only been mixing for about 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Now the consistency of this is pretty nice. I like it. Not too sticky. It's not sticking too much to my hands. So it's actually nice. And it's not too wet, not too dry. And so the stuff I learned in the kitchen, I've been in the kitchen for a very long time. And what I learned, this man by the name of, I can't remember his name now, not Nick. He's an Italian dude. Oh well. But anyways, he's the one that taught me how to make pizza and how to make pizza dough from scratch. And he told me if you can make a good pizza dough, you can make any bread in the world. And so I mastered my pizza dough making. Therefore, I have a good idea how to make any bread in the world, because basically all breads in the world, I'm not saying all, okay? Don't hurt me over that one, but I'm saying basically a majority of all breads in the world are a freaking pizza dough. Okay, so we're at a nice consistency, and the rest of this is gonna have to be done by hand. So remove your jewelry. Get a little bit of flour. Sprinkle it on your surface. Get your dough. Good way to get dough out put a little bit of flour on your hands, right? It shouldn't stick to your hands, right? All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna fold and push in, fold, push in, fold, push in. We're just gonna keep repeating that over and over, and this is called kneading the dough. And all we're doing is stretching out the fibers, the glutens, all inside the dough, waking their asses up. And we're gonna do this for a bit until it's ready, and I'll show you when it's ready. So just keep doing this until it's ready, and I'll give you the little secret on when it's ready. To be continued. So I've been eating now about, 10 minutes. Well, yeah, about almost 10 minutes. I'll say 7 minutes. And we're almost there. So what I'm trying to get you to look for is, one, if you can put your fingerprint in it, it's usually almost ready. Two, so you grab yourself a chunk. Don't super roll it, but roll it up nicely. And then what you do is stretch it out a little bit. And then what we're trying to do is we're trying to open it without it breaking. See, it's not quite ready. The glutens aren't there. So we're just gonna keep on eating.
Huh? What?
Okay. My dough should be ready. Should we leave a handprint in it? Definitely. See all those little creases? I'll try the old dough. The dough trick again. So squeeze it. If I can make a window, well, you can see through it. See how it's cleared, and without it breaking, it's pretty good. Right now, it's good. I like it. So we're gonna keep that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in a bowl with some oil or fat, whatever you got. So I'm gonna use the same water bowl I had. Put that there. There's still some fat on the spoon. Take our dough. All I'm doing is stretching it down and pulling it underneath. All right. And then kind of like pinching it at the bottom. All right. Now what we're gonna do is take some more of this fat. Yeah. Place it in this bowl. I'm going to cover with a piece of cellophane, saran wrap. Not too tight, because we want the we want the yeast to be able to expand. You know what I mean? Let's get it blow up. Leave that somewhere not cold, but somewhere warmish, at least room temp, and let it rise for about an hour. And this should about double in size. You want it about double in size. And when it doubles in size, we're gonna take it out, we're gonna measure it into 4 equal parts and let it rise one more time and chuck it in the oven. Alrighty, as you can see, it has doubled in size. Shit shrink. Shit shrink, there we go. Anyway. Let's cut this up. Wash my hands. There we go. Okay, hands are clean. All right, now we're gonna weigh this. We're gonna divide it into 4 equal parts. Oh, that smells awesome. By doing that, we're gonna use a dough cutter, nice little tray, and a scale. And this should give us everything we need to know. Tray a little dirty. Note to self, keep this tray upside down from now on. Okay. So what we're gonna do is weigh it out. Gonna need a whatever. So turn the scale on. Have it in grams. Oops. They're zeroed out. And that is at 1,983 grams, which makes it 1.9 kilos. That's almost 4 pounds worth of dough. Put that to the side. Sorry, what did we say? 1985. Nice. So we're going to take 1985, divide that by 4. We need them at 496.2 grams. So we'll just say 496. Shut that off, sorry. I'll put that there. $468, $491, $495. I'll keep it. $495. That's one. There we go. So now what we're going to do with these guys is we're going to roll them out nicely, kind of, and then we're going to throw them inside some bread pans, and we're going to allow those to rise again for about another 45 minutes. All depends on how long you want to, how big of a loaf you want, but I'll show you. I'll let them rise for about another half hour, 45 minutes, and then they're going to go right in the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit, 400 Fahrenheit, and they'll be in there for about like maybe 25 to a half hour. All right, we're all done. So now, what you just get the oil that you had left over before. And yeah, use your hands. I was going to use paper towel, but this is the way I was taught in school. I was to use the hand. When I first started cooking, well, besides beyond home, and I learned how to cook in school, taking home ec. It was this French cook, this lady. She was really good at cooking. And she says, if you're not going to get your hands into it, why cook? Because it takes love and passion, I guess. Well, you know what I mean? You got to get your hands into it. But make sure you clean your hands, of course, right? So I'm a guy who doesn't like to wash these after. I like to have the crust and the coating eventually accumulate on here because it makes a non-stick coating eventually over time, a nice organic one. And I started doing it, and they were turning brown, and then my lovely wife, not knowing the tricks of the trade, she thought she was doing a good thing, and you know her intent was right, but she wouldn't wash them and wouldn't wash away my non-stick coating, so now I have to start over. But that's okay, I love her still. Anyway, that's it. So now these are all ready to go, and what we're going to do is we're going to roll these out just a little bit. All right, once again, we get a little bit of flour. All right, I'm going to get my rolling pin. Had this thing for years. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to get this dough. Dang cat here. Get this dough, right? Get a little bit of flour on it, and then we're just going to roll it out. Not rough, real hard, but like, you know, get it nice flat. And all I'm doing is trying to remove some of the air bubbles that are in there, because big air bubbles make big air pockets in the bread. See them? Hear them popping? And nobody really likes that, right? So you don't want to have a sandwich with a big ass air bubble and your meat's going through it, or your sauces, right? So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go this way one last time, right? And then it's about as big as the tray, right? Roughly. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll that back into itself. Just like that. Right? And we're gonna kind of bring it together. Put that inside the pan. Tuck those edges in. And make it kind of like a loaf, right? And then that's gonna go into a garbage bag. Well, that's my proofer, is the garbage bag. Right now, what I should do is get my oven. Conventional bake, 400, start. Always check your oven to make sure there's nothing in it. You're good to go. So, that's one, right? Now, put that to the side. I'm gonna do another one. So we're gonna take them. We're gonna let them rise again for about another half hour. And the way we're gonna do that is I like to give them a little spritz of water. There's another way. So what you're gonna do is get yourself a garbage bag. Since I don't have a spray bottle on hand right now, just go to your tap, get your hand wet, and just get that fucking bagel, you know, moist inside. Doesn't have to be soaked, just moist. Right? And then you want to sprinkle these guys with a little bit of water too. I don't have a spray bottle. It's usually around here, but it's not where it belongs, and I'm not going to go look for it. So, just spraying them, get a little water in them. They're good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put these inside the bag. Excuse me. Put those inside the bag. Right? You're going to line up with each other like this inside the bag. I don't have a real proofer, and this helps. It's not the best proofer in the world, but it works. And put all these guys in. Right. And then we're gonna fill it up with water. Right. You're gonna take it. And you're gonna chuck that one part underneath one of them. And just make sure that's filled up. And there's your proofer. Now we're going to leave that for another, I don't know, 45 minutes to another hour, depending on how long you want to go for. You can do it for a half hour, 20 minutes. Depends how big you want your bread, right? And so I might let it go for 45 to an hour, and I'll be back then. And these should be like double, triple their size. And then we're going to cut some cool designs in them or whatever you want to, you know, make it look cool and authentic and rustic. And then we're just going to throw them in the oven, cook them for a half hour, and they should be good. There we go. They're ready to go. So now this is where we can add our own little touch. So let me grab my little razor here. I have one. There it is. All right. So we're going to take this little razor. Wait a second. I just got to clean it off and put it on the rag. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this little razor nice little cut in it. Right? And the same to the other one. This one. And this one. And now I'll make them all pretty and rustic. You'll see. To the oven they go.
He's so cute when she did this.
Now I leave them in there for about, let's see, set the timer for.
He likes it.
Timer for, let's see, timer. Come on. We'll put them in for about 30 minutes and we'll see what happens from there.
Pony, skinny and bony. Ah, my little skinny.
Whew. Wipe those lenses off. I think just a little bit longer. We'll say 5 more mementos. Timer, 5 minutes. Here we go. All right, they're ready. Shut the oven off. Uno, dos, tres. This is one that was giving you a little bit of a hard time there. That's why it's kind of funny. Cuatro. Okay. Now we're gonna let these cool for about a half hour, and when they're done, they should be ready. Okay. We'll cut one open. Oh man, I'm excited. Can't wait. Okay. Now we're gonna get these out. Number 1. Boop. There we go. Ooh, look at that. Isn't that awesome? Oh. Finish cooling. Ooh, pan's still a little hot. So now these pans I'm not going to wash. I'll wipe out with a dry cloth or something, but I'm not going to wash them. Ever with soap and water. They never see the dish washer or the sink. I know some people think that's unkindly, but at the end of the day, it's an old school way of keeping your stuff non-stick, and it's non-toxic. Nothing's gonna hurt you. Nothing grows on it. If it does, it gets cooked. Oh my goodness. Oops. Okay. Look at these beauties. Yes. So now, let's get some close-ups.
So, yes, salt, sugar, water. These are the facts.
All right, so now we're gonna butter it. Sorry, camera angle's kind of funny. Oh shit. Well, I only have a little bit of butter right now, but we're gonna put some butter on there. We're gonna do the taste test. Bon appetito. It's nice, it's fluffy. Nothing beats homemade, man. Do everything homemade. Learn. Knowledge is power. Peace.